Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co., and today I'm unboxing Xia Legends of a Drift system, and the expansion, Embers of a Forsaken Star, and Missions and Powers. And this, because it's a Board Game Co. unboxing, is very much an unboxing and rambling, which just means I'll be talking about whatever. Coffee shot, and by the way, let's talk about the coffee in a second. So, I'll include a link down below, probably a referral link because this is expensive enough, not to say you should buy it at all, but this, for context, is this is basically what people do when they make bad choices. This is an Ember Mug. I got it at Kohl's when I was doing my Black Friday shopping, and I saw it, and I was waiting for my wife to be done with her Black Friday shopping. I actually didn't get anything this year. That's not entirely true. I got this. But normally we go to Kohl's or wherever, and then we'll go ahead and buy some stuff, and I didn't need any clothes. And so I got this mug instead. Not because I planned on it, but I searched around, I tried to find things, whatever, and then I saw this mug, and I was like, that looks like a cool, fun idea. I haven't told you about the mug yet, I'll get to that in a second. I was like, that's a cool, fun idea, and then I saw the price point, I was like, I'm not getting that, and I looked up Amazon reviews, and I was like, I will try that out. And I've actually really enjoyed the Ember Mug. And so what the Ember Mug is it maintains your coffee, or whatever beverage of choice, tea, coffee, whatever, to whatever temperature you desire. So for instance, this is currently set to be, I believe, 140 degrees right now. You can set it what you want. I've tinkered with it till I got to the setting I like. And then it's going to maintain that coffee temperature for the hour and a half that I drink my latte in. Because those of you who pay attention, notice that I'll go through an unboxing video that's 40 minutes long, and I will take 3 sips of coffee, and that's true for the rest of my work too. So, let's get that out of the way. In fact, what I did recently, one thing I did recently is I actually had a, let me put these off to the side, is I had a link to a double-walled mug or whatever it is that does a decent job. That was my go-to solution of choice until now, but I found that that keeps my coffee at the temperature I want for roughly 40 minutes or so, a little longer than a regular thing, longer, but not long enough, versus I get to the end of it and I would still feel like I wanted my coffee to be hotter for longer. And this has been doing the job. I've had it for like a week now, and it's very solid. It really keeps the temperature it keeps the coffee, the beverage, at the temperature that you want, or in my case, 140 degrees. I've experimented. At first I thought like 145, which is the max temperature. That's an important qualifier, by the way. This mug has a max temperature of 145 degrees, which means if you like your coffee hotter than that, you should not get this. Also, this mug's gonna run you like $100, so make sure you really, really want it before you go ahead and buy it. That said, I will include a link in the description down below, a referral link, in case you do buy it, because if you're going to make bad choices along with me, I would at least appreciate making money off your bad choice. Let's go ahead and get into this. This has nothing to do with Xia at all. Xia Legends of a Drift system. Now, those of you who watch all my videos, which I inherently assume is every single one of you, those of you who watch all my videos will know that I've had this game before, and I got it again. The reason for that is, well, twofold. The first reason is that I never didn't like Xia. Xia is a game that is it's basically, the way I usually put it to people is Firefly done better than Firefly. And yes, before you ask, I have not played Firefly. I'm just thinking that this really feels like a good Firefly game. But either way, it's a game I had a long time ago, really loved it, and then sadly it didn't get played enough. It's a longer experience. Rulebook, let's do our usual rulebook check. I'm going to have to reread the rules. I haven't played this game in like 6 years. But page 2 all the way through, and fairly wordy. It's got pictures, it's got all that, but it is fairly wordy. Page 2 all the way through, looks like we're going to have to get into page 16 or so. So around 14 pages of heavy rules, fairly text-heavy rules. That's going to be what's going on over here. But then again, going back to my whole having it and all that, I had the game, loved the game. It has a lot of things going well for it, does a lot of things incredibly well. Where are my ships at? Where are my ships at? Aren't there ships in here? No, I'm confused. There should be. Here we are. Perfect. I knew there was somewhere here. So, this is a game I got a long time ago, back when it was cool to have this game. It's still cool to have this game. This game is rated really, really well on Board Game Geek. But it's a game that I played a few times, really enjoyed, really liked it, and then it just was hard to table, and so I got rid of it. But it made the list of a video. I'll link to it down below. I did a video a while ago called the top, I can't remember the exact title, but it's something along the lines of the best 10 games I don't own. And the idea of the video was not just games I don't own and haven't gotten yet, but games that I've played, that I like, and for some reason or another, I no longer own them. Usually something to do with the accessibility aspect of it, the fact that they just weren't getting played for one reason or another. And Xia was number 2 on the list. I think I put Arkham Horror as number 1, if I recall correctly. But Xia was number 2, in the sense that it is a game that even when I didn't own it, I very much appreciated how good a game it was, and it just wasn't getting played, and that is what it is, and sometimes that just happens. Sometimes we have to make hard choices, sometimes we regret those hard choices, other times not. And in the case of Zia, the point at which I regretted this hard choice was after playing Wasteland Express, no, that was called, it's called Wasteland Express Delivery Service, that's the one. Wasteland Express Delivery Service from Pandasaurus Games. Played that game a few weeks ago, a few weeks from when I'm recording this, from when I'm unboxing this, and it was like, that was a fun game. I really enjoyed it. Also, it just made me want to play Zia again. So, anyways, going back to the Zia. So I basically played Wasteland Express, and was like, you know what, I'd want to get Zia back because Zia was a great game, and I wanted to play Wasteland again, but I would rather just play Zia again. See, Zia does open-ended, what do you call it, pick up and deliver, building out and modifying your spaceship, improving and upgrading your spaceship. It has variable game length to it, although shorter games are not nearly as rewarding to play through. What do we have here? We have different ships over here. It has pre-painted miniatures. Before, pre-painted miniatures were cool, although now that I think about it, now that I'm thinking about it, they recently had Iridia. They actually have a pledge manager. The pledge manager to Iridia is still open. I'll link to that down below as well as to my review of Iridia, or first impressions. I can't call it a review. I need to experience more before I can call it a review. But Iridia also had pre-painted miniatures, although Zia very much did it before it was remotely cool to do it. We'll get into the pre-painted miniatures in a second. Let's go through some of the cardboard tiles over here. So, we have these tiles, which I'm not going to punch everything out, but these are the various sectors you'll be going through. Punchboard quality is standard, not particularly impressive, not particularly bad. These are various punchboard planets, double-sided. No, that's not true, I lied. Something's double-sided. Isn't there one that's double-sided? Is it the star, maybe? Something I recall as being double-sided. I could be wrong. It's been a long time, so bear with me here. But they don't look double-sided, so perhaps I'm... You know what? I want to find out. I vaguely recall one of these tiles being double-sided, and I'm probably wrong, but let's go ahead and be wrong on camera, because why not? These are just popping out very easily, making my life a little harder. And yeah, none of them are double-sided, in case you were wondering. So, these are the various tiles. We have the sun, which you can't go into because you'll go boom. But we have all the other locations, so various planets. They often have a secret way into the planet, depending on your what stance you have, whether you're taking a back entrance and sneaking in and out of the system. You're trying to be dropping things off and being mindful of picking up and gathering the various resources you need, going to planets, upgrading your ships, repairing your ships, getting new weapons, new gears, new stuff over there. These will all go into the little planet opening over here. And we got metal coins, by the way. So, this game did so many things well. And it also, despite me hating the concept, it also had moments where you would roll a die, and it's a 20-sided die. And you can get epic failures or epic, defeats or whatnot, as basically criticals. You can get critical hits or critical misses if you roll 20s or 1s in the game. And when it happened, it was very, very cool. But, like I said, at the end of the day, all cool things aside, and these are the various, parts that go into your ships. We have rockets, we have missiles, we have shields, all these different things. These are a little polyomino shipbuilding experience you'll be going through as you play the game. So, let's punch these out. I don't know I'm punching things out. I'm not going to punch everything on camera. I never do that in unboxing videos. But the idea being, let's see if we can show you a ship thing, and you'll see why I want to show you that. Because it has a little mini polyomino game as you go through it. A little mini polyomino game as you build out your ships, and you upgrade your ships, and you figure out how you're going to be putting different rockets onto your ships. So basically, what I'm saying is, Zia did polyominoes before it's cool. Zia did painted miniatures before it's cool. Zia did Firefly before it was cool, maybe? I don't actually know. I think Firefly came out at roughly the same time, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know which one came out first. Zia did metal coins before it was cool, and then I got rid of Zia and regretted it, basically. So, here are some ships we have. You can see the idea of, you have your different shapes over here, you're putting your polyomino stuff in, and you have all different kinds of ships, different classes, and each one has a unique miniature to go along with it, because it wouldn't be enough to abstract that on the board. You really want to have your own unique custom miniature, because of course they did. Not that you need to, but they wanted to. Let's go ahead and punch these back in here. Those are the stands. You know what, actually, let's take these out, because we'll use these in a second. Now, I wonder, I probably need a better insert for it, because I don't think the insert, especially when you factor in the expansion, I wonder what my insert options are. But let's go ahead and let's do the boring things first. Okay, we have these, which we'll put into a container, because I don't have this planned out well, because I'm not fully punching everything just yet. So we'll go ahead and dump these in here. we will dump out some cubes. Not that you need to, but they're nice cubes. They're not like anything that falls in the category of, well, Zia did plastic little cubies before they were cool. I mean, maybe they did, because we did wooden cubes for a while, and I think Zia did plastic cubes. I don't know the timeline of when plastic cubes entered our little ecosystem, but we have these cubes. They're nice. They're not like anything to talk about. In fact, compared to the other things that Zia does, these cubes are just nice. They're gonna do a good job. They're little cubes. I don't have anything particularly positive to say, and yes, I will dump those combined into a single bag and worry about it later, because it's an unboxing video, and you know what's not entertaining? Watching me separate cubes. But anyways, all this was great, but I still got rid of Zia. Because, like I said already, let me do coins, because the ships are really the highlight. And we'll go through the expansion stuff too. But like I said already, oh, this should go on top over here. This is the round track, also the game length track over here. So you can be advancing slowly along this track and whatnot. You have a set variable points, fame points that you're going for in the game. Again, all a lot of fun. And if I recall correctly, whenever you roll a 20, you get a fame point. I think I have to read the rules again. It's been like 7 years since I played this game, but I vaguely recall the idea that every time you rolled a 20, you got a fame point. It was some notable achievement, some degree of, oh my gosh, and he was zipping through here, and he shot these missiles, and he moved across the galaxy, and he zipped behind the Empire Star Freighters. I don't know. I'm mixing Star Wars in here, but the idea being that it was some notable achievement, and that you would think should be a problem. What? I got lucky enough to roll a 20, and I just get a point. In a 10-point game, I just got one of my points just because I rolled a 20. You may not roll a 20 at all. And from a pure mechanics standpoint, it is unfair. From a, wow, this game gives you epic moments standpoint, I liked it. So, yeah. Anyways, back to these metal tokens. We have two kinds of metal tokens over here. Well, not two kinds, just two colors representing the two different currencies. I believe they're 1s and 5s, if I recall. We have these over here, your 1s. And they're different. They're not even your standard little point tokens of anything else. They have a different shape to them, they're hefty. So they have heft. Like I said, this game was doing all kinds of things before it was cool. Now granted, I'm sure we could have somebody, focus. Okay, there we go. Nope, not focusing. It doesn't want to focus. I can't get this to focus. I'm going to have to give up. I'm going to give up on the focusing there. But basically, I'm going to have somebody in the comments, I'm sure, who will be like, actually, campaign X, Y, and Z did the metal coins way before Zia did, and so that was really the original metal coins. Could be. I don't really know. How about this? Zia did colored metal coins before it was cool. How many other campaigns have done that? We have Merchants of the Dark Road has done that. Any other campaigns? I'm sure that a bunch of campaigns have done metal colored coins. But Zia did it before it was cool. That's my tagline. Should be the tagline for this video. Zia... It's not working. I'll have to think of something. Either way, let's get into the highlight part, which is the pre-painted miniatures for this game. Because that was something that, again, I know companies have done pre-painted stuff before, but Zia, well, they did it before. It's cool. I'm just going to stick with that. But we have this over here. So we have your little, ship over here and whatnot. Let's go ahead and show this up top. So we have let's show this. I'm having issues focusing today. Let's see if we pull these off camera. There we go. Maybe focus. It's really weird. I'm having major focus issues today. I don't know why this is happening. But let's see. Can we get a focus? Can we get an 8? There we go. I don't know why we're having such issues today with the camera, but there we go. That's one of these ships over here, and we have a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of different ships, all giving you different options, different colors. Like each one is different and unique in its own special way. Because it's, well, painted, and it's decently painted too. You could easily throw a wash on them if you wanted to. Like, a wash would bring out some colors. This one's nice over here. We got a little... This feels a little bit Boba Fett-y in terms of the style it's going for. I'm sure people know the name of it. I don't. I just know it as the Boba Fett-y style ship. There we go. Focus. There we go. Yeah. This one over here, so you can see over here, that's the ship style over there. If you throw a little wash over these, it would bring out even more detail. They're nice as is, don't get me wrong. But there's nice and there's nicer. Anything else that I particularly want to cover? I mean, let me just first of all show you a handful of these so you can just get a feel for the various painted miniature goodness you have, just the types of models you have, the structures, sculptures, different unique classes of ships and everything, just all different types, and they're fairly sturdy too. They don't feel like they're gonna break. Granted, I'll probably find out the hard way if or when they break. Now the plastic stands, those are far more at risk of breaking in general. Let's see. Again, just having, there we go. Look at that. Look at that little guy. Look at him trying to like just float around over there. It looks like a little Kit Kat, honestly. It looks like I could eat that little chocolate. Let's do one more. One more. Small guy, big guy, I don't know. I like, let's see, we like that, we like that. What do we have? They're all nice in different ways. I like this little, They're all cool. I'm trying to figure out. Honestly, I could have just shown you like 4 of them in the time it took me to choose which one I want to show you. Let's go ahead and show you this one. There we go. Look at that guy. Look at that. Yep. Again, cool stuff. And yeah, having a little fleet of these on your little galaxy as you punch out your little boards. You have your little galaxy being set up on the table around you, and then let's just try not to smell like coffee. The coffee. One of the things I often wonder about is one day there will come a day when I spill my coffee on camera, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably say something like, I'm gonna cut and be right back because I gotta go clean that up. But today's not that day yet. So you put your little spaceships onto the galaxy. Let's try to pull this back a bit because I don't think you can see it on that camera otherwise. Pull it back over here. We put them onto the galaxy. You're moving around. You're wandering around the planet. You're trying to avoid all the bad things. You're trying to go mining. You're trying to pick up and deliver. You're trying to go upgrade your spaceships. All fun things in the game. That's basically Zia. And honestly, I wonder how long ago I had this because one of my kids, Ricky, I think Ricky used to like putting the plastic. It must have been Ricky because I got rid of this game a long time ago. It wouldn't have been my younger ones. My younger ones would not have been playing with this game. It must have been Ricky who was playing with the miniatures and putting them onto the various standees. Because she is... I guess I probably shouldn't say my kid's ages officially out there on the internet. But she's older now. And so, I don't know. She played this game way back in the day. The Force. Cool. That's the tagline. So, let's put this over here, let's put these over here, we'll punch out the rest of the stuff later, and let's go ahead and take a look at the expansions. Now, the expansions are something that I've never had the chance of actually experiencing, because I got rid of this game a long time ago, like I said already. I'm going to toss that. I got rid of this game a long time ago, so I've never tried the expansions. I've only ever tried, this should fit in, fit. Okay, I've only ever tried the base game. And then the expansions came out, and I remember when the expansions came out, I remember thinking to myself, I should go ahead and back that Kickstarter. I should jump in and get some expansion stuff because I like that game, and I had self-control at the time. All the way up until I got to the point where I played Wasteland Express Delivery Service, which this is not meant to be a bashing session against Wasteland Express. I really did like Wasteland Express to the point that I wanted to get this game back only because I enjoyed myself playing Wasteland Express. It's just that Zia's better. And compared to Merchants and Marauders, by the way, because Merchants and Marauders is the other game that I would talk about. See, Merchants and Marauders was the first game in this genre that I really played. Let's do the small deck first. And Merchants was very, very good. I had it for a long time. And I think I got rid of it before I got Zia. Maybe. I'm not certain of the exact timeline there. But I played Merchants with my wife, 2 players, and really liked it. And it's better as I think it's best at 3 if I'm not mistaken. But I just realized at a certain point that I wasn't playing the game. It was too long for what it was, at least with the people I was playing with. And I got rid of Merchants. And then when I got Zia, I was very happy with Zia because Zia felt like a better Merchants to me anyway. I like Merchants. I'm not as tempted to get Merchants back because in the genre of what these things are doing, I think Zia is arguably better from the gameplay alone, but then for sure more variable in the experience. So, missions and powers. We got more missions over here. What do we have? Zia Missions and Powers is a 54-card mini expansion for Zia. That's 21 new ship ability cards and 32 missions. So more ability cards for your ships, some more missions you can go on. We have a Scar, we have Inertia Harness, Lone Drifter. After you take the buy action, move up to 3 spaces. See, this is the whole problem. Not problem. This is the whole appeal of Zia. It has Pick Up and Deliver, which is a mechanic that I've never loved, but I have liked some games that had it. But then it just has tons of tableau building. It has just missions you're going on, it has ships you're upgrading, it has weapons and gears you're getting, it has card upgrades for your ships. It just gives you a lot of content. A lot of ways to dive into it. And then most importantly, and this is where Embers of a Forgotten Star, Forsaken Star, will be relevant. Most importantly, this over here adds a solo campaign. Okay, this adds a solo campaign, so if you want to play Zia solo, which I am absolutely prepared to do if my game group does not man up and play the game, if they don't sit there and want to play it, I'll find a way to get this game played, and that solo campaign is the way to go. Now, this wasn't an option back when I first owned Zia. But I play solo just as often these days as I play not solo. Non-solo is still my preferred game mode. I like the interaction of players at a table, playing a game. But solo gets played more often just because I always have myself. I don't always have other people around me. And so, a solo campaign, I mean, like, as we speak, underneath this table over here, I have Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion set up, because I'm going through that solo. Now, when I'm done with that, who knows what's next? Maybe it's Madara, maybe it's Zia, maybe it's something else. I mean, under the table is my go-to spot for campaign play, so I don't have to go through everything. And here we have solo rules. These solo rules assume you'll use all elements of the expansion if you prefer to omit some elements, da-da-da-da-da. That's really not a lot of rules as far as the solo stuff, so that looks accessible, assuming you know the rest of it, of course. Then we have the expansion rules themselves, which just adds a whole lot of more stuff. We have event cards, we have exploration tokens, just more things, anomalies. Not a lot as far as rules, so that's fairly easy to go into. We have some new ships, which I assume come with their own little miniatures as well. Here are the new ships we have. Ooh, we have a new track over here, which adds something there. I wonder what that adds. I don't know anything about that at all. Then we have the ships over here. We have the Skimmer, the Vagabond, and the Kerriak. Okay, these are the ships over here. They have the bounty spot, where if you're like being hunted by other players, I like it. I like it. I don't know anything about them. I like more stuff, because why not? Then we have some more missions and more, not missions. We have the economy board, which I don't know what that does at all. We have more tokens that represent various things. Cargo pods, interesting. Don't know much about that. More planets. These are also all single-sided, because I just made up something in my head about how there's planets double-sided, and then I just went with it. We have more cards, more money. We have more gem tokens. Now, these are standard gem tokens. These aren't anything particularly fancy. These are your typical, you know, look at me, I have pretty shiny gem tokens. We see these, they're a dime a dozen. They're nice, I like them, but they're not anything particular to Zia. You know, if I go ahead about how Zia did it first, this isn't going to be in that category. The Haba could have done this first. They probably have done it first. Then we have the money, because these are nice. And then we have these decks of cards, which I will open, possibly with my fingers. See, the problem with using these little tabs on these money cards is that they often involve having to dig your nail enough into the card that you might be damaging the side. So, unless they're very easy to pull, I resort to my knife. I've started carrying, I mean, I've talked about this in previous videos, but I carry that knife everywhere I go. Not for self-defense, not because I like knives, but because I'm constantly opening packages and board games and things, and not having to reach for my wife's, you know, scissors or something that she's using for whatever. She does not like it when I use her scissors. She's like, those are good scissors, you're going to ruin them with boxes. So instead, I ruined that $10 Amazon knife instead. How to win, more stuff, battle grid, recall, return to a point of origin. These are the various, we have missions, we have, what are these things? I don't even know what these are. Oh, missions and stuff. Arms dealers, enable the carnage. More stuff over here, just more and more cards, which I will promptly be taking out of their packages, and then just leaving unguarded in a box. I should put them into a plastic baggie. I like plastic bags. I'm also running out of sleeves, by the way. Fun fact, I have a lot of sleeves. I bought a lot of sleeves like 4 years ago, and I haven't run out of them for a long time, but I'm finally running out of them, which means it's time for another Sleeve Kings purchase. Not sponsored by Sleeve Kings, I just like Sleeve Kings. Loyalty, we have what are these? Mob rules, martial law, all these things over here. I feel a sneeze coming on, so I'm going to try to restrain it, because otherwise I'll have to like do a random cut as I sneeze. I mean, I could leave the sneeze in, it's not, there's nothing really attractive about someone sneezing on camera, getting a full front of just being going, achoo, like all over the place, and then you're sitting there being like, oh, he sneezed all over the game table, that's disgusting, that's gross. Just pretend I don't ever sneeze. It's easier for both of us that way. And then we have the ships. The new ships that we have, which I will try for the focus aspect of how these things, ooh, what are these? I don't know what these are, but I like them. I like them. So let me go ahead and show you these. I'll do it like this. I don't know. Let's see if we can show you them here. Okay, so those. What are those? I don't know what they are, but they look cool. They're not chips, I'll tell you that much. They're probably some sort of asteroid or something, or bomb. I don't know what they are, but they're not chips. That's all I know so far. Then we have some ships over here. Some new ships. Let's find a little plastic stand. I like the plastic stands. They really give it a degree of standing on its own, because that's what it is. Do these have plastic stands? No. No. There's no way. But there's more plastic stands than I need for the ships. So these might have plastic stands? Nope. No plastic stands here. So is it just extras? I guess it's extras in case you broke your plastic stands in the base game. Not that you'd ever need all of them, because you're never going to... It's actually one of the things that they did that was nice, is they gave you enough plastic stands that you don't have to take them on or off. You don't... Like, yes, you're playing a 4-player game with 4 ships, but you don't have to constantly take them on and off. You can literally have all the ships being, you know, done or taken care of, basically. Let's see, focus. Focus. Why are you being such a jerk today? Let's move this off the side. My camera is like usually is not this finicky. It usually does the job in terms of focusing. Maybe if we move this off screen and all you have is this to focus on. Be a good camera. Be a good camera. Okay, fine. I'll help you. There we go. There we go. That's the ship over there, the miniature. Then we'll have the next one. I will pop these on and off because I didn't draw more from the bag. And these are nice. They're not like standard ships. They don't feel too like samey. They've managed to feel different. There we go. Focus and then turn and spin. Oh, 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 don't lose it. Don't lose it. There we go. Okay. Next up, we'll take some of these because this is actually quicker. Now, this is a tiny little ship. A tiny, tiny little ship. And there's different ship sizes and stuff as you slowly upgrade. Let's go ahead and grab this. Focus. And there we go. It's a little skimmer, honestly. It's like so finicky. My camera's just being a jerk. Hey, jerk face. There we go. I can't like do anything here. Okay. Perfect. And then I'm just assaulting my camera, just verbally attacking my camera here. And then we have this one over here, which is... That one's not going on as nicely. Okay, this is the problem, by the way. You could actually just break these easily enough. If you apply enough pressure to try to get it all going. Stop it, you silly camera. I wonder if it's like picking up the... It could be. It's just trying to pick up the like various... I don't know, the texture in this thing. I'll try... Maybe I'll try another background here, because I have a black side for this. Maybe I'll try that. Try to mix it up a bit. And maybe the next time you see this video, it'll be all black in here. Although the truth is, if I do that, it'll be black before, because I don't know when these videos go up. Either way, that's basically everything. That's all the stuff, Zia. The other, you know, the new stuff, the new ships, the new tokens, all those things. This is a game that I plan on diving into. Like I said, either with my group or solo, I don't particularly care, because I like this game. We played Wasteland Express. I like Wasteland Express. I do recommend it. Check it out, Pandasaurus Games. But I liked Zia better. And I have a hard time playing another game in the genre without thinking of Zia, without thinking that I could be having a better game right now. And Zia is going to be that better game, at least for me. At least for right now. We'll see how time plays out. I'm trying to think what I want to do here. I'm trying to, because I want to put this over here, and then this. Let's go ahead and get this out. I know you can see me like denting the rulebook. It's fine. I just want to put this little mini expansion in here so everything's all condensed nicely. So I don't have a tiny little card pack sitting on its own. Honestly, this will all fit into the base box just fine, depending on what I do with those various inserts and how I store everything. But that is another problem for another time. In any case, until next time, I am Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this little rambly unboxing of Zia. And of course, don't forget to check out the Ember Mug. I'm not sponsored. I've just been enjoying my coffee through it for the past few days. Until next time, have a good one.